Hey guys in Periscope land, Marty here. I just wanted to Periscope tonight about something I saw on social media, especially on Facebook. I think people on social media have a, I guess not weird, but just a misunderstanding between what free speech and what's considered mean, ugly, rude on social media. I was on Facebook yesterday or the day before, and somebody on Facebook, on one of the group pages that I was added to on there, on Facebook, a woman, she had stated that how can people be so mean, ugly, and rude, and blah blah blah. So I read her, her post and everything, and I agree with her. I agreed with her. It's like, how can people be so rude, so ugly, so mean, or whatever? And I think sometimes people, misunderstand. Well, it's my given right to free speech and say what I want, which is true. We're all entitled to our opinion and free speech and whatever. But when it comes to social media or even just in life, there's a difference between having your free speech or expressing an opinion or something, or being rude and mean to people in general. Basically, what this young lady said is that, how can people be like that? Be so mean, so ugly, and so cruel. And I was like, yeah, we're, we don't have to be mean. On this particular page, it's a singles page, for single people. People post pictures of themselves, like selfies, whatever, and it's like, hi, I'm Timmy, I'm 31. Single, looking to have a good time. You're looking for a date, whatever. Or my name is Tiffany. I'm 26 and single, blah blah. And I've come across some on that particular page on Facebook where, no matter man or woman, and they're either like a woman, she could be taking a selfie or whatever. And she's showing all this cleavage, all this breast on a picture, which hey, I'm a guy, there are probably some men on here, we're guys, we look like, hey, but if you're trying to attract a person, a man, or nowadays, we don't, the way society is now, even if you're gay, lesbian, or whatever, if you're if you're into the opposite sex in general, if you're trying to find a person or mate or date somebody, you don't have to put such pictures, whatever. But anyways, and same thing for the guys. Guys are there, and maybe taking a selfie, and they just came out of the shower and they're in a towel or whatever. I have my I see that, and I'm like, I don't go on Facebook or Twitter, or which I call twatting or whatever, or any social media platform, and say, oh, that's gross or whatever. Or if it's a chick, oh my gosh, you're nasty, showing all this tits and everything, you're trying to attract a guy and blah blah blah. Or I don't know if women do that too. They're like, oh man, you're disgusting, dude. You're trying to attract a woman, but yet you're whatever. But when I see stuff, for my instance, when I see stuff on Facebook and it's a woman and it's like, she takes a picture, and I'm like, to myself, I don't put it on Facebook, I don't put it on Twitter, I don't put it on Instagram, I don't, whatever. I keep my comments to myself. If I don't like something, like especially something like that, what I do is keep on scrolling down, or you know what? I'll just get out of the page, or I'll just go to something different on a social media site. But you don't have to be mean or ugly. I mean, yes. Some people are like, man, that's fucking hot, or nice tits, or, dude, you have if it's a woman, comment to a man, dude, nice chest, whatever. I'm like, it's like, you're on a page, on a social media site where, it's for singles, and if you're trying to attract somebody, it's like you know, you're not. Why are you gonna put a raunchy picture on there? But like I said, I don't go on there and start commenting on that person who put a raunchy picture. I'm like, oh, you look like shit, or oh, really, nowhere. But you know, I keep my comments to myself. I'll say it out loud to myself, but I don't put it on social media. Hey Denise, I saw your comment, but I didn't get to read it. But people on that page was like, well, it's free speech and blah blah blah. Yes, you know, it is free speech. You do have the right to express your opinion, but you don't have to be rude, ugly, or mean. He goes, well, I'm expressing my freedom of speech. No, you're not expressing your freedom of speech. You're being mean. You're being ugly. You're being rude. You're being hurtful. There's a difference between having your freedom of speech or you know, being totally a jackass or a bitch or a fucking idiot. And I'm sorry I may be cussing, you know, I know I've seen some quotes for people like, I'm sorry I cuss about it, but I'm just trying to be honest here, and I'm being myself. You know, words hurt. No matter if it's put on video, text, tweet, on social media or whatever. You know, words hurt. And, you know, all you have to do is, if you see something online, like a picture or whatever, and it's like, you're like, oh, really? No business? They have no business taking that picture, wearing this or wearing that, or, you know, whatever. Then scroll down, keep on scrolling, get out of that page or get out of that social platform and go somewhere else. But you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean. We're all humans. We're all, you know, yes, we all come from different walks of life. You know, anybody on here, you know, I come from San Antonio, Texas. I come from the south side of San Antonio, which, you know, people back then will say the barrio, you know, but it doesn't matter. Rich, poor, middle class, whatever. We all come from different walks of life, but it doesn't take that much to just, you know, be civil with one another. You know, I'm not gonna, if I, you know, I've seen some women's pictures on this, you know, this singles page I'm talking about on Facebook, but I'm not gonna be like, I've said like, oh my gosh, no business or what? Because really, you took that picture and you're trying to attract a man? I'm like, no. It's like, no. I'm like, no. But I'm not gonna post on her, comment of her picture and say something mean. No, that's not right. Because you know, that's just being mean. That's just being ugly. That's just being rude. That's being hurtful. But if I was gonna express an opinion but that's not gonna offend nobody, then maybe I'll put it, but not. I'll just keep it to myself. I mean, come on, people. I know you've probably seen pictures on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, maybe of people you may know, or somebody or just a stranger, like, oh, and you're like, really, come on, no business in this. Or you can see like people in just out in life, in the streets, at the mall, at the store, at the theater, and like, really, you wore that? You think you look good in that outfit? I've been around life, and I've seen the streets. You know, really, you wore that? I'm like, I understand self-confidence, whatever, on a woman. Yes, I don't matter, short, tall, skinny, flacca, whatever they, you know, how, you know, like the song goes or whatever, big girl, small girl, whatever girl. I mean, I understand self-confidence, but there's times you guys think, really? But I mean, hey, to all their own, you know. But I'm not gonna tell somebody out loud or in their face or on social media, I'm like, bitch, you look like shit. And women, I'm not sure, you probably say the same thing about maybe some guys on social media or just out there in the world or whatever. But I mean, we don't have to be mean. I have feelings, you have feelings. I may not be the handsomest guy in the world. I may not have the, you know, the 12-pack, whatever. I got the 1-pack right here. 1-pack, you know. I may not be like, you know, 6'5", 6'2", handsome, chisel, athletic, whatever. But I'm me, you know. And if I posted a selfie of myself on this singles page, you know, if someone said something like really ugly and mean to me and just being an ass, or if, you know, a woman, you know, they're being a real bitch, you know, and it hurt my feelings, you know, yeah, I'll get hurt, because it's like, you know, you could have just not said nothing. You're just like, dude, you know, put a shirt on, you know, you're You don't have the 12 pack. You don't have the 24 pack. Put your shirt. I'm like, okay, it's like I'll get offended, but you don't have to be mean about it. It just chops my ass. That people think, well, I have freedom of speech. I can say what I want. Yes, like I said, you can say what you want. You have your right, and you have that privilege to say whatever you want. But you don't have to be an ass. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be a bitch. You don't have to be a cunt. You don't have to be a dick, and so on and so forth. What if someone come up to you, and said, hey, like say if it was a guy and like, dude, you look like a fucking Momo. You look like a dumb shit. Why the fuck you look like a pussy wearing those pink shorts and a green polo shirt with those pussy ass polo shoes or something, whatever. Or what if if you're a woman and you're walking somewhere and you heard some women pass by another woman that, maybe not up to their standards, whatever. It's like, oh, look at that chick. She looks so fucking disgusting and blah, blah, this and that. It's like, and if that person heard it, they're going to kind of turn and then you start hiding like, we didn't say anything, we didn't do anything. Like, don't be a bitch about it. You're going to talk your shit, tell it to the person. But I was people kept commenting on that page, saying, yeah, people have feelings, people shouldn't be mean, blah blah blah. And there's this one guy, and I don't remember his name and whatever, but it was a guy. He goes, why? He's basically telling the people on the page who are commenting, or maybe even the person who posted that post on that page, saying, why are you hating? We're not hating. She wasn't hating. This person wasn't hating. The people that were commenting about, we shouldn't be mean, they weren't hating. It's just, basically what she was trying to say is that you don't have to be mean. If you don't like something on there, all you have to do is get out of the page. Keep on scrolling up, keep on scrolling down, or get out. You can have your opinion, whatever, say it to yourself, but don't blast it on social media. That's not cool. There's no right. There's no reason. I mean, no right. There's no reason, no right to do that. I mean, it's just, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And stuff like that, pisses me off. I mean, sorry that we're not all that in a bag of chips, or she's all hot in a bag of chips, or whatever. But we're human too. We have feelings. No matter for the hottest person in the world or the ugliest person, we still have feelings. We still hurt just the way you hurt. What if I told you that? Right away, you'd be talking shit online. What the fuck, dude? If I see you in the street, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Or, hey, bitch, if I see you anywhere, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna get my homegirls, or I'm gonna get my girls. Well, it's like, well, why are you getting mad? You're the one dishing out the shit talking. You're the one who said all this crap on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or whatever social media site. You started it. You're the one who started making the room. But when we do it to you, you don't like it. Well, because you fucking better not, because I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kick your ass. I'll beat your ass, bitch, hoe, you fucker, or whatever. I'll get my gang on you. You're big enough to talk all this shit online or whatever, but you're not big enough to, back it up or whatever. You got to get some posse or whatever, homegirls, homeboys, your boys, your girls, your family, your cousins. But it's okay for you to be mean to somebody online just because, their picture was and all that. It's like, we're just, you're just stupid. You're just mean people. Plain and simple. Mean people. Rude, ugly, mean people. You're not expressing an opinion, or you're not really, giving your freedom of speech. You're being ugly. And that's the darn truth. Maybe some of y'all agree with me. Maybe some of you don't. But you know what? It doesn't take an educated person to figure out the difference between someone being rude online, mean, and ugly, versus someone really expressing an opinion / their freedom of speech. It doesn't take a brain surgeon. I'm not a college educated man. I'm just a high school educated man. But you know what? I have street smarts. But you know what? But I've observed a lot, observed and seen a lot in our life, in our world, in our society. And like I said, we all come from all walks of life. Rich, poor, middle class, whatever class, this class, no class, whatever, working class, green class, blue class, whatever. But we're still all humans, and we still all have feelings. We don't need to belittle somebody online. And this goes for, like I said, this goes for straight people, gay people, whatever people, trans people, lesbian, blah 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 blah. Because we're a society. It's just not about just straight people. It's straight, gay, lesbian, transgender, blah blah. I even saw on the single page, I've seen a couple of people saying, okay, it was a man and he was a transgender, and I've seen a woman say, I'm so and so, and I'm a transgender woman, whatever, being the man, But I saw it, and it's not my thing. I mean, but I respect other people's lifestyles, whatever. And like I said, when I saw the man, I kind of like, oh, but you know what? He has the right to find love or find somebody on a social media site or any internet dating site or now there's apps now, But I was like, I saw him, and he was transgender. But I didn't go in there. Oh, do you look like a fucking momo, you fag or whatever? No, I didn't do that. It's not gonna be mean. I just kept my thoughts to my opinion to myself. I didn't put it online. Maybe I said something in my head, in my brain. But I'm not gonna be mean to somebody like that. They have that same right to find somebody. Just as I have the right as a straight person to find a woman that's gonna like me for me or whatever. But just overall, people, you don't have to be mean to anybody, even if they're not on a dating site or whatever, or this single site. Is this even some people are there just to make friends, but you don't have to be mean. Yes, maybe some of the pictures people post on there are a little provocative or whatever, and you're like, really, no business? Because I've done it. I say like, really, no business? No. Why would you post that? But they have that right to, it's their right to post whatever they want to, like they have my right to post whatever or record this Periscope, and then express my opinion. See, this is my freedom of speech, expressing my opinion. I'm not being rude. I'm not being ugly. I'm just expressing certain thoughts and feelings that I have about something that was posted online. And yes, some people not ask, and they don't deserve, but people who put certain pictures or whatever, and you upload it, they don't think, oh man, you know what? I shouldn't have put that picture. That's kind of a trashy picture of myself. No matter male, female, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Male or female. It's like, really? Did I think I look like hot stuff taking this picture? Me half on the shower, just a towel and blah blah blah. No. Or a woman, showing all this breast and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Some guys were like, damn. And I'd be like, damn too, but I mean, it's a turnoff for me. It's a turnoff. I'm like, really? But I'm not going to belittle somebody online. There's no right. I'll keep it to myself. Maybe I'll tell my family, like, if there's a woman, blah, 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 or if there's this guy, and blah, blah, but I'm not going to put it online so a bunch of people on social media can read it. It's like, no, because those people, they have feelings too. Just like I said, just the way I have feelings. If you're watching this, you have feelings. People friends, families, whatever, they all, just people in the world, we all have feelings. We don't have to be mean. If you don't like something, then so what? If you don't like it, then you don't have to like it. But you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be ugly. You don't have to be great, be little, or whatever. We just need to either, like I said, move on, scroll down the page, scroll up the page, get out of the social media platform site or something. But don't be mean to somebody. Don't be mean. Don't write something online or post a stupid picture, like kind of like a reply picture to someone's post. You know, you don't say, you know, hey fag, or you fucking lesbian eating pussy, whatever. No, no, you don't have to. You know, we are who we are. Yes, we can do what we want, but you know, just even if someone puts an ugly picture or puts a nasty thing or something, or if it's not your cup of tea, you don't have to write a comment to that person's post and be mean about it. Just let it be. You know, maybe there's some guys maybe watching this, or maybe, you know, they're gonna replay this or whatever. It's like, dude, this guy sounds like a fucking faggot. He sounds queer just for saying that. What is he, a fucking dude, or is he a guy, or is he a chick? Look, I'm a guy, but you know what? I don't have to be the typical machismo and all that, or tough guy. No, I'm me. You know, this is who I am. I'm just laid back. I'm cool. I mean, I don't have to be tough to prove anything to nobody, I don't have to be tough to prove anything to someone, to men or to guys, or to fit in. You know, I'm me. And whatever, if, you know, maybe you'll say, oh, dude, you know, you sound totally gay or whatever, you know, the stupid Periscope, you're just talking nonsense. Okay, that's what you think, but you don't have to go online and start, you know, saying all that crap online. It's like, no, you're just being mean then. But anyways. Yeah, that just, you know, something that was kind of chopping my ass for, like I say, a couple of days or day already, you know, just, you know, people being mean. You don't have to be mean. You know, yes, you know, like I said, we all come from all different walks of life. But it doesn't take a brain surgeon it doesn't take a brain surgeon to be civil with one another. I'm sorry. So, anyways, I don't know. Just if you know, if you're all I can say is, if you're going to be on a social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, this chat, that chat, whatever, and someone posts something, either a picture or a post, or just post something in general, just words or whatever, you don't have to fire back and be mean to someone, or be rude or be ugly. It's hurtful. Just either read it, and if you don't like it, you're like, oh man, whatever, and you know what, keep on, like I say, simple, scroll. Keep on scrolling up, keep on scrolling down, or click. Get out of the social media platform. Get out of the page. Get out of that social media site. It's easy as that. You know, not hard. But I don't know. It just, like I say, it just chops my ass that people think they can say whatever they want, and they say, "Well, I have freedom of speech." But like I said, there's a difference between freedom of speech and or there's a difference between freedom of speech and just being an ass, rude person to somebody that you have no connection to or don't know online. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. But like I said, I'm just expressing my opinion. I wanted to go on Periscope and talk about this, and kind of just point out the difference between expressing your opinion / freedom of speech, and then just being ugly, rude, and mean to people. You just don't. You know. And if you do that, and if that's what gets you off, meaning that makes you a better person, makes you feel good or whatever, or I put them down, that makes you a better person, macho person, or a tough chick, I guess so. But that kind of says a lot about your personality and your upbringing. And I'm not trying to dog anybody's family or who raised you ever. I come from a family where it's 4 of us: my older brother, my older sister, and my 29. My mom had to raise all four of us by ourselves. My dad, he was there, but he was never around. But then, you know, my dad kind of was the father, because my dad's not my older brother and sister's dad. But my mom told me, you know what, your dad's your dad. You can hate him, you don't have to love him, but you have to respect him. And to this day, even with all their problems, not their problems with my dad's, loyalty or commitment to my mom, he goes, your dad's your dad. You can hate him, you can love him, whatever. You despise him, but if he tells you hi, tell him hi. You just have to respect him. You don't have to talk to him, but just, if he tells you hi, tell him hi. Or if he shakes your hand, shakes your hand. But like I said, my mom, she barely has a 6th grade education, but you know what? She's learned a lot over the years from cleaning houses and people that she's worked for. These, the people of these homes, learning stuff. And she taught us, no matter if you come from a rich neighborhood or a poor neighborhood or a gang neighborhood, you don't have to be where you come from. You can be better than that. I don't have to be from the barrio and be a barrio kid or whatever. You can still learn how to live in your demographic area, but you can learn how to say yes ma'am, no ma'am, no sir, yes ma'am, or whatever. You can have a better vocabulary or a better personality than where you come from. But like I said, we all come from all different walks of life. And no matter if your upbringing was shitty or not, it doesn't take common sense to be. It doesn't take common sense for you to just be a nice person and just either ignore something you see or you read or whatever, and not have to offend somebody. Not to offend somebody. Not cool. But anyways, I think I've said all I want to say on this. I don't know, just I guess when it comes to human behavior, it affects me where like I need to express something. Don't matter if it's male behavior or female behavior or just human behavior in general. I guess it's because the psychology behind it. So it makes me want to just start analyzing, like say that person's post, and then people are saying, well, we're haters and like that. Well, no, we're not haters. Like I said, it's just you don't have to be mean. But people think it's our given right, freedom of speech. I can say what I want. If they don't like it, too bad. It's like, what do you mean too bad? You're hurting somebody's feelings. So when I see all that, it makes my mind start going, and I start analyzing and it makes me do a periscope like this, talking about being rude and ugly versus really freedom of speech and expressing an opinion, giving your views or your opinion versus being a total jackass. And that also just shows me how society is, human behavior in general. So like I say, it had my mind going kind of today. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a periscope. And to be honest, I've done a few periscopes. I'm not good at being in front of the camera. As you can tell, I'm looking away a lot, and this and that, or I'm looking down or something. It just feels weird when from being in the camera and being live, so people can see me out there in the world, wherever you come from, So I kind of keep turning away or whatever. But when I take a picture or a selfie, I'm okay with that. But I guess because I know it's thanks Denise, thank you, I appreciate that. I guess I get a little nervous, whatever. But and thank you, Denise, for loving my periscope. Hopefully, people understand. We're just we're just human, just like you and I do. We're just humans. You know, if someone's gonna comment on a post, like a picture you took, and they're like, "Oh, that chick," whatever. It's like you're gonna get hurt. And if someone posted something on a picture I took, or just a posting, I'm gonna get hurt. So, anyways, people. Hopefully, you know, we try to be nicer. Like I said, if you're gonna have an opinion or you're gonna be ugly or mean about something, just keep it to yourself. Don't type it and put it on someone's page or on a picture post or whatever, or someone's just post in general. Just keep it to yourself. Get offline, get off the app or whatever, and go tell somebody, you know, who's right next to you. But don't put it online. No, you don't have to be, like I said, you don't have to be mean. You know, we hurt. Words hurt. Even if, you know, we don't know you and you're millions of miles away, don't matter if those words come from 2 feet from us, our own family members, our own friends, co-workers, in the same state, same city, or across the world. Don't matter what language, sign language too, it's all me. So, anyways, but I think I think, or I feel that if this can help somebody, or you think this is cool to share with your people, your friends, or your people on Twitter who may follow you or whatever, or share on Periscope. I mean, you know, I'm not saying spread the word. I'm trying to preach here, but you know, I'm just letting people know, you know, we don't have to be mean. You know, we just need to be less hurtful what we write or say online. So like I said, if you think this is helpful or whatever, you know, tweet this Periscope to your friends, or tweet or share this broadcast with your fellow Periscope followers or whatever, and you know, say, hey, check out this video, whatever. Maybe someone on Periscope has been through that, where they've posted something and some people have had said some hurtful things to them, and they don't deserve it. Even if, you know, they put stuff online, and it's like, well, you asked for it. Well, even though someone may ask for it, you still don't have to be an ass. You still don't have to be an ass. Keep your opinions to yourself. Don't put it on social media. Don't type it on someone's posting or picture or video or whatever. Just keep your words to yourself. Keep your thoughts to yourself if you're not going to be nice about it. Okay? It's that simple. Not hard. You can be the dumbest person in the world. You can be the smartest person in the world. You can have an IQ of negative billion or have a billion IQ, but it don't matter. You don't have to be me online. Excuse me, but anyways, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. All I can tell you, and like I always tell you, I like to quote Brody Stevens, a fellow comedian: positive push, positive energy, believe, push and believe. So that's Brody Stevens. Doesn't matter if it's you, you know, trying to have a goal at work or a goal in life, or if you're, you know, school's about to start, you know, elementary, middle school, high school, colleges, you know, school's about to start again, you know, whatever, you know, whatever it is, just positive energy, positive push, just believe. If it takes you, you know, more than once to do it, as long as you can do it and accomplish it, that's, you know, just believe. And just try to be, like I said, be positive and be nice to people. Even if you don't know, just be positive. Push and believe. That's it. You know, just be kind to each other. So yeah. So anyways, that's all I'm gonna have to say for now. Y'all have a good evening, good day, wherever you're out in the world. So thanks. Until next time, okay? Later, guys.